Hey everyone, thanks for joining the Hoops with a Purpose podcast. And this week we have Jake Freedman with us. Jake, welcome to the show.
Hello, everyone. It's great to be here today.
Yeah, we're looking forward to our conversation today.
So, for those of you who don't know, Jake was an integral part of the Springford Rams basketball team. He played center for them and had some excellent post moves.
Go Pius.
And
Yeah.
he also loved to shoot that outside jumper.
Yep.
He received multiple awards, including honorable mention and the coach's award as a senior. So, Jake, thanks again for taking some time with us tonight.
Yeah, absolutely. It was a very exciting high school, middle school career that I was able to have, and a lot of training, a lot of time went into it, and I dedicated a lot of that to Coach Sharr.
Mm-hmm. Awesome.
So
Yeah, well, we're looking forward to getting into some questions and kind of
yeah,
hearing how he impacted your development as you kind of progressed through middle school and high school. And sorry you had to go to Springford and play there. But no,
absolutely. Yeah,
I'm just kidding. That was a good
yeah,
school. They had a good
yeah,
program.
yeah. It was fun. So.
Yeah, so can you tell the listeners a little bit more about your relationship with Coach Sharr? And,
Yeah.
maybe how many years you worked out with him, what kind of impact he had on you?
Yeah, absolutely. So I started working out with Coach Sharr when I was in sixth grade. I went to his definitely sports basketball camps. So that's kind of originally how I, met him and developed that relationship. But I started when I was in sixth grade and I trained with him for about 8 years. So until I was about a freshman in college.
Mm-hmm.
And he just had a massive impact on me. It was just so many things I'm going to go into, but just my confidence level from when I was in sixth grade till a freshman in college just soared completely when I was with him. He really taught me to believe in myself and, not take everything for granted. So it was very good relationship. He pushed me to levels that I never thought I would get to. So it was awesome to see him. I trained with him about twice a week usually. So
Mm-hmm.
it was great to see him, and work with him throughout my high school career.
Mm-hmm.
It's funny. So Kelly and I are actually back in Pennsylvania for a couple
Mhm.
weeks for Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
We're sitting in his office to record this podcast, and
Yeah.
his office has there's pictures of him with Charles Barkley and just a ton of
Hmm.
sayings, and one of them says your impact on their life is the real final score.
Right.
And talking with you already, talking with our previous guests, like I literally just looked over at the wall and saw that.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
Absolutely. Yeah.
man, if that doesn't summarize it in one word, it's like I don't know
Right.
what does.
Yeah. It was almost more than basketball to me. He made me a better person as well, allowed me to kind of succeed in the real world where I'm at today.
Mm-hmm.
So it was lessons that were taken off the court as well. So that's what I strive to let everyone understand is like it was so much more than just basketball.
Mm-hmm.
What so did you go to camp at Springford Middle School or one of the other
Yeah, I went.
locations?
Yes, it was usually it's the Springford Middle School. So I did pretty much every year that I could until I ran out of the age group and then became a counselor. So
Yeah. But Jake, did you have a brother?
yep, yep.
Yeah.
He was also we went to the camps together. So
Yeah, I was gonna say, that's what I
yeah,
thought.
yep,
Like he was a little bit older than you,
yep.
but
Couple
yep.
years older. Yeah, so he's got blonde hair and I got brown, but we
Yeah.
we have the same height, so it's we looked alike.
Yeah. That's so
So
funny. Yeah,
yeah,
I remember it was like when it was Springford Intermediate. I don't know, the schools have changed so much over there.
right, right, yeah, yeah. So it was a good time.
Yeah. Awesome. So, you talked a little bit about your middle school and high school journey, but can you dive a little deeper,
Yeah,
tell the listeners maybe a little bit more?
yeah, absolutely. So I think it was the sixth grade year that the sixth grade summer going into seventh grade that I kind of decided to get serious with it, and Coach Sharr came up to me and said, I think you should try out for the team and see where it goes. And I worked hard all summer with him, and in the weight room, whatnot. And I get to seventh grade tryouts, and there's about 155 kids there, and they were
Hmm.
taking 15 or 16 kids. And I'm like, oh, geez. And, I called coach and he just said to, leave it all out there, just be confident and, trust in your game. And it was rigorous tryouts, and we get there and they're going one by one. I think I was one of the last ones to go into the office. And
Mm.
the coaches two of them are sitting there, and they're like, Jake, this is a very, very tough decision, but we're going to keep you on the team as, that 16th member of the team. We just really couldn't let you go. And that right there is when everything changed for me. It was kind of being able to defy those odds of being someone that was, not on the travel team in 5th and 6th grade, someone that was just random out there that was able to kind of make the school team.
Mm-hmm.
So that happened. And, I played a little bit like in rotations my 7th grade year. And then I went into 8th grade. The coaches knew how I played. I improved a little bit, so I was able to make the 8th grade team. And then, I had a pretty good season there. And my coach picked me to be on the summer league team with the JV and varsity kids just before I went into 9th grade. So then I really started to get some familiarity with the varsity coach, the JV coach, the freshman coach. I continued to train with coach in the off season. Just kind of upped some of the things that we were doing. Then went into freshman year and started every game for the freshman team. The JV coach, the varsity coach continued to watch me play. And then 10th grade, I played JV. And then 11th and 12th, I played varsity. So it was just an incredible climb for myself, from coming from someone who was pretty much a nobody all the way back then and was able to rise kind of to the top.
Yeah, that's excellent. Sounds like you rose to the challenge, and that's pretty amazing.
Yeah, it was a very good kind of life-changing experience. So
So am I correct in thinking, did you guys win the Pac-10 championship one year when you were there?
So we won it my junior year. My playing time was kind of sparse. My junior year, we had a very, very good team. And then, my senior year, I was able to start every game, but we did win my junior year.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
So yeah, it was fun.
Was there anything kind of that you learned in the gym? And obviously you said you didn't play a ton junior year, but
right.
I feel like even being on the team, right? Like you can motivate the starters and just be supportive. I mean, are there things you took away from Coach Sharr's gym that helped you be successful in that kind of support role that year?
Right. Yeah. Yeah. So it was a tough year. Our coach junior year had just left. He got let go. So I had to pretty much, try out again for a new coach. And everything was in line. And, I just got outplayed by a couple of people, and it was tough. So I really had to do a lot of supporting. But, one thing what coach kind of taught me in his gym was, to kind of take the high road and always play hard. So even though I was in that supporting role, I never really stopped working, and I was able to kind of motivate myself that, my time will come eventually. Just a lot of talks that I had with him, whether that be late night during the season when I'd be in his gym, just about what my road looked like and, what I could do in that moment to, stay positive for what's to come.
Yeah, that's awesome. And even in those roles, like, I mean, not every, like, very few people start every season of every year they've ever played a sport. So even in those roles, like at practice, right? Like you're the opposite team against the starting team. So
exactly.
So that was hard to make them better.
Right.
You're getting better. It's I mean, it's not to be cliche, but it's a team effort.
Yeah. Hey, absolutely. That was my big role junior year, was to how can I make these guys better, and how can we win some games. So
yeah. And I feel like coach would always just say, get out there and have fun. Like
yep.
At the end of the day, that's what it's supposed to be. So
exactly. Yep. That's what he would tell me pretty much every week. Obviously he wanted me out there because he knew what I could do, but my time eventually came.
Yeah, so tough question, but can you tell us your best memory? It can be funny or happy or sad.
Yeah. Yeah. So I would probably have to go with I trained with coach during the week. We had a group of people Wednesday nights that would play pretty much at 8:00. It was a couple kids from different schools. And I will just never forget just some of the laughs, how aggressive it was, just everyone just going at it. It was like 8, 9 o'clock at night. And, that's something that I don't know, it'll carry with me for the rest of my life. It, made me a better player and a better person. But, just those late night sessions, just kind of grinding in the gym and, with this group of people that, I talk to off the court all the time. So it was stuff like that I remember just from being at his gym.
Yeah. It was like the gym was a great place to build new friendships, and
Yeah,
that's
exactly.
amazing in itself. Yeah.
Right, exactly.
I was trying to decide if I was gonna try and make a joke, but I'm gonna refrain. I don't think it'll land very
Yeah,
well.
well, Coach was the king of dad jokes, so I feel like
Yeah,
Steven's just trying to carry on that
yeah.
legacy.
I
I
got a
love
lot
it.
to live up to.
Yeah.
Did he have any like funny nicknames for you? We've been asking people that as well.
Not that I can remember.
Not that
Or
he called
maybe
your face.
yeah, not that exactly. Maybe he said something else, or he was just saying it and I just couldn't hear him when I was in the gym playing. So
Yeah,
I
and
was, yeah.
also the music was like
Oh yeah.
so
So
loud.
yeah, all the time. So playing it there. I actually forgot about the music.
Yeah,
So
I'm like, how
yeah,
are they hearing you like over
yeah,
this?
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. It just always kind of cracked me up. It was very, very cool. There were some players in the area that he brought in that I was able to play against that I will always remember. There's a guy overseas right now. You guys probably Justin Jaworski.
Mm-hmm.
He's playing overseas right now, and have an opportunity to play against someone like that that's having this much success in their career today. Like
Mm-hmm.
that stuff I'm gonna remember forever as well. So
Yeah. That's an awesome memory. Very cool.
yeah.
So obviously it sounds like Coach kind of imparted a bunch of wisdom and life advice on you. If you had to go tell kind of a middle school or high school students today, like how to be successful, like things you learned along the way and things that they should do to have as good of a career as you had, what would you tell them?
Right. Yeah. So this is a great question. For me, probably the number one thing that Coach taught me was to never give up, no matter what the odds are, what the level was. It was, for me, my entire career was defined by being persevering. So,
Mm-hmm.
getting right back up, doing this, working really hard, to get what you want. Because, all in all, if you put in all of that time and effort, it's going to pay off and it's going to show. And, I was able to make an example of pretty much all of that. And, I went into freshman year of college, and I tried out for the, club basketball team, and I actually got cut my freshman year. It was another thing where there was like 100 kids trying out, and I was
Mm-hmm.
like one off from making it. And I told Coach this. That's when I continued to train with him my freshman year, and then I came back and I ended up making it my sophomore year and got a lot of
That's
time, and
awesome.
yeah, ended up being like sixth man of the year. And just like little things like that he taught me throughout my career. I just had this mentality of never giving up, and that's some
Yeah.
advice that I'd pass down to pretty much anyone that's coming up to the middle school, high school, college level.
Yeah. That's huge. I don't think I knew that about the
Yeah,
club ball and all that. That's so cool.
yeah, that was my last hurrah, which was it was exciting. So
Yeah. And college is busy enough, so
yeah,
it's definitely not easy to juggle any
right,
sports.
right, exactly.
So back to the college talk, electing to focus on school. I know you said you had a couple offers
Yep.
to play at other schools, but you chose to go to St. Joe's, which is D1.
Mhm.
I'm sure that wasn't an easy decision. So was Coach able to help you at all during
Yep.
that journey and making that decision?
Yep. This was probably the toughest decision I've had to make in my life. I loved the game. I was playing a lot, 7 days a week. When this decision, Coach helped me make a highlight tape, and helped kind of get me reach outs from some of these coaches, visits, and a couple of schools were really, really interested in me. And I remember sitting down with coach and, my family, and he asked me, he's like, do you really love the game? Like to the
Mm,
point where, you're ready to die for it. You're ready to do this every single day. You're
mm,
always thinking about it. And after my entire basketball journey, I was not at that level anymore where I was, um, I wanted to do this every single day. I kind of wanted to have like a real college experience.
mhm,
So that right there, he kind of told me, I think you have your answer. I really liked St. Joe's at the time. So at that point, it was a very hard decision, but from today, I can tell you that it was definitely the right decision.
mhm,
So
absolutely. And St. Joe's is where Coach went to school as well, so just
that,
following in his footsteps. Yeah, that's
exactly, that was
awesome.
another thing he was very, very excited about.
Mhm.
And the club basketball thing was, something that caught my eye in the beginning, and ended up being a lot more intense than, I thought it was going to be, which was great. So, but yeah, it was just a good experience on a very tough decision that I had to make.
Mhm,
That's awesome.
absolutely.
Mhm.
So, what did you major in college?
So I majored in risk management and insurance,
Hmm.
and yeah, that's it's one of those strange majors that that not a lot of schools are offering. But I kind of talked to my dad about it, and it kind of ended up working out. And now I'm in insurance today. So
That's so
um,
cool.
That's
yeah,
awesome.
it ended
My
up working out. So
my degree is technically risk management too. Security risk
oh,
management though, for
oh wow,
cybersecurity.
oh, how
Um,
about that? Yeah,
there's obviously a lot of similarities in
yeah,
managing risk from an
yeah,
insurance provider to obviously
absolutely.
it's almost the
Yeah,
exact same thing. Like at the end
it
of the day,
is.
you
Yeah,
need to understand risk and
right.
so
It,
that's
yeah,
interesting.
exactly. It's good to hear, someone else that's in a similar field. So
Are you still local to the area?
I am not. So after St. Joe's, I took a job, with Philadelphia Insurance, and I took it up in the Jersey City office. So I moved up towards the New York area,
Hmm,
Hoboken,
Oh,
up
awesome.
there, and I've been up here for about 4 years now.
nice.
So it's been a good experience. This is definitely something I wanted, something new, a little bit change from the Philadelphia area,
Mhm.
and it's been a great experience. So
Well, that's
Yeah.
awesome.
yeah,
How
so
about those Phillies though?
I know. Well, that was the tough thing. It was being up here when all of that craze is going on down in Philly. I definitely missed it. I was able to get out to Game 5 the other night,
Oh,
uh,
that's
which
awesome.
which was an awesome experience. So I tend to come back during these kind of runs. So
Yeah.
It's not that far away.
right, exactly.
Go Eagles.
Yes, exactly. On to the next powerhouse team. So,
Exactly.
so
Yeah, finally a year where we can do that.
right. Yeah, it's exciting. So
Mhm. For sure. Well, thanks again, Jake, for your time
yeah.
today.
Hey,
And
absolutely.
yeah, it was super fun.
Yeah,
Yeah, it
thank you
was
for having me on.
great to have you. Did you want to mention the pop-up shop
Oh yeah, next Saturday, November 12th, 1 to 4.
Okay.
If anyone wants to come to our pop-up shop,
for a large group of listeners?
yeah, very, very large. Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah, November 12th, Crossroads in Limerick. Information's on the website, right?
Yeah, and there'll be Pop a Shot at the pop-up shop.
Oh, wow.
So, yeah, a lot of words there, but yeah, so next week we'll have another awesome guest on, and thanks again, Jake.
Absolutely. Thank you for having me.